Peppa Pig is a show with hundreds of characters, dozens of families, and entire communities. But strangely enough, some characters, especially relatives, simply vanish. So today, we're uncovering 14 missing relatives in Peppa Pig that most people either forgot about or never realized existed in the first place. Some are mysterious, some are unsettling, and some raise very uncomfortable questions. Let's begin. 1. Grandma Rabbit, the wife we've never met. One of the biggest mysteries in Peppa Pig is Grandma Rabbit. She's Grandpa Rabbit's wife and the mother of all the Miss Rabbits we see throughout the show. Yet somehow she never appears. What's interesting is that Grandpa Rabbit owns a rocket and is fully capable of traveling to the moon. In Space Adventure, he even takes other characters into space with no difficulty at all. So, where is Grandma Rabbit? The theory is simple. She isn't gone, she's just off-world. Grandma Rabbit is likely just as much of a scientist as her husband, possibly working on a secret experiment in space. That would explain why Grandpa Rabbit is so comfortable with rockets and why he visits the moon so casually.
Oh, are we really going to the moon?
We certainly are! It's the space adventure of a lifetime!
She hasn't disappeared. She's just busy. 2. Grandpa Sheep, the pirate who never returned. Susie Sheep's family hides one of the strangest clues in the series. We've met her grandmother, a world traveler with treasures from Morocco, China, and beyond.
Comes from a lifetime of extraordinary adventures.
That already suggests a life tied to adventure. But we've never met Grandpa Sheep, and here's where things get interesting. In the Peppa Pig universe, male family members are often linked to the sea. Grandpa Pig, Grandpa Dog, Captain Dog, and Grandpa Rabbit all share nautical symbols or boats. Susie herself wears pajamas with anchors on them. That connection strongly suggests her grandfather was a sailor or possibly a pirate, which would explain why he never returned and why Grandma Sheep seems to have stories from all over the world. 3. Daddy Pig's father, the other Grandpa Pig. This one surprises a lot of people. Peppa and George only ever interact with Mummy Pig's parents. Daddy Pig's father is never shown, never mentioned directly, never visited. Given how openly predatory some characters are, especially wolves, many fans believe Daddy Pig's father may have met a tragic fate long ago. Mr. Wolf openly hints at wanting to eat Daddy Pig on more than one occasion.
I'm getting a bit hungry.
If Daddy Pig attracts that kind of attention, it's not hard to imagine what might have happened to the older generation. 4. The other Grandma Pig, missing but probably alive. If Daddy Pig's father is gone, then where is the other Grandma Pig? Unlike other animals in the show, pigs are extremely rare. In fact, Peppa's family seems to be the only pig family we ever see. That suggests something happened. One theory is that Grandma Pig survived whatever happened to her husband and chose to live somewhere far away, possibly in hiding. She's not gone, she's just not safe. 5. Aunt Dottie, the forgotten sister. One of the most mysterious characters in Peppa Pig is Aunt Dottie. She's mentioned early in the show. She sends gifts, and she's implied to live abroad.
Auntie Dottie lives far away in another country.
But nobody talks about her. Mummy Pig never mentions having a sister. The grandparents never mention another daughter. And when Peppa's family travels internationally, they never visit her. It's as if she exists, but isn't welcome. Which raises the question, what happened between her and the family? 6. The Queen's entire family. Peppa Pig takes place in England, so the Queen exists in this universe. But when Peppa visits the palace, the Queen lives completely alone. No children, no grandchildren, no relatives at all. For a royal family, that's incredibly strange. Where did everyone go? Why is she alone in such a massive palace? It's never explained, and that silence makes it unsettling. 7. Susie Sheep's father, never seen, never mentioned. We've never seen a male sheep in Peppa Pig. Susie's dad is never shown, never referenced, never discussed. What's more interesting is Susie's dream of becoming a nurse.
I would like to be a doctor or a nurse.
And her detailed understanding of hospitals and sick patients.
You're very, very hot. I think you have to stay in bed for 3 years.
Some believe her interest comes from personal experience, possibly caring for a seriously ill parent. It's subtle, but once you notice it, it's hard to ignore. 8. Mr. Gazelle, the husband frozen in time. In Madame Gazelle's classroom, there's a photograph of a male gazelle, clearly her husband. There's also a portrait of him in the city museum, but he never appears in person. Even stranger, he's always shown wearing very old-fashioned clothing. Given Madame Gazelle's strange behavior and long-running vampire rumors, some believe her husband isn't gone. He's just waiting. 9. Claire Cow, the friend who moved away. Claire Cow is Peppa's age but doesn't attend the same school. She appears briefly in plays and trips and then disappears. Later, during Peppa's trip to New York, Claire Cow can be seen in the background near a bus. This strongly suggests she moved abroad. She didn't vanish. She just grew distant, like many childhood friends do. 10. Mrs. Fox, the nurse who disappeared. Freddie Fox's mother is a nurse who appears briefly at the hospital. Then she's gone. Freddie's father is openly described as a thief, which raises questions. Did the police investigate the family? Was she caught up in something she didn't do? The show never explains. 11. Grandpa Dog's missing partner. Captain Dog is Danny Dog's father. We've met Grandpa Dog, but we never meet Grandma Dog. For a family so closely tied to the sea, it's strange that she's never mentioned. Another quiet absence. 12. All the missing pigs. Finally, the biggest mystery of all. Where are the other pigs? Peppa travels the world, meets countless animals, but never encounters another pig family. That suggests something happened long before the show began, and the series never answers it. Peppa Pig may look simple, but its world is filled with strange absences, unanswered questions, and characters who quietly vanished. Some are probably harmless storytelling choices, others feel much darker. 13. Grandpa Pig's old crew. Grandpa Pig often talks about sailing, the sea, and his adventurous past, but we never meet anyone from that life. No former crewmates, no old friends, no fellow sailors. For someone with such a detailed maritime background, the absence of those people is strange. It feels like Grandpa Pig lived a whole other life before the show began. One that the series hints at, but never allows us to fully see. Those missing connections may not be blood relatives, but they're part of his past that's been quietly erased. 14. Grandma Pig's side of the family. We know Grandma Pig extremely well, her gardening, her cooking, her motorbike. But we know nothing about her own family. No siblings, no parents, no cousins. For such a lively and adventurous character, the lack of any background relatives is suspicious. It suggests her entire side of the family exists somewhere else, possibly far away, or deliberately kept out of the story. It's another example of how Peppa Pig quietly avoids expanding certain family branches. Now it's your turn. Which missing relative surprised you the most? And which one do you think the show is hiding on purpose? Tell us in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, check out our other Peppa Pig deep dives. Because at this point, we've uncovered more mysteries than the show ever intended. Thanks for watching.